Good morning, everybody. I'm Professor Sudha, Director, Career Guidance Unit, Eastern University, Sri Lanka. I warmly welcome all the industrialists to this stakeholder meeting regarding skill assessment of the undergraduates of Eastern University, Sri Lanka. So today I will share my slides. I will do a small presentation. So I think you can see the slides, no?
Yes, okay.
Okay, right. So, so today meeting agenda, I just want to give a 10 minutes introduction of the purpose and these objectives of the stakeholder meeting and a brief introduction of the career guidance unit of in Eastern University, Sri Lanka. And after that, another 10 minutes, I will another 5 minutes, I will give the instruction to the stakeholders how we are going to carry out this stakeholder meeting. And then another 10 minutes, we will do the individual assessment of the skill gap analysis, which mainly I think we have only 5 questions. So individually, we will share that link into the chat box. So individually, you have to assess our graduates' skills based on the question which is specified in the small questionnaire. So once the individual assessment finish, another 30 minutes, maximum 30 minutes, we can proceed with the discussion and assessment of the skills as a all team members. So that's all today's agenda of this stakeholder meeting. So let me introduce the career guidance unit of Eastern University, Sri Lanka. So career guidance unit, Eastern University, Sri Lanka is established on 2003 based on the establishment circular of University Grant Commission in order to cater the graduates, career guidance advisors, counseling and career development progression of the undergraduates and graduates of Eastern University, Sri Lanka. Main objectives of the career guidance unit is to assist undergraduates to achieve their identified career option and professional goals. So this is our main objective of the career guidance unit. So based on the circular, University Grant Commission circular, career guidance unit of Eastern University, Sri Lanka has focused on 10 focal areas. So first one, we are focusing on facilitating the young person transition from school to university. So most of the freshers, we are conducting the orientation program, some kind of personal development program and adaptation of the undergraduates, the newcomers from the school to university. So that is our main focal area. And the second area which we are focusing currently, the main one is the counseling and advising on careers. So we do have 2 career counselors in our unit. So through them, we are assisting and guiding and counseling our undergraduates in terms of their required career expectation and career requirement. So in order to proceed these activities, we are conducting the career explorations workshop, self-assessment, career key test, career planning, and effective job searching techniques. So these are the main activities we are carrying out under this focal area. And third one is the employability skill enhancement. Most of the time, the second and third, as well as the final years, we are focusing the employability skills and enhancement. So we through many short courses, webinars, seminars, and workshops we are conducting in order to improve the employability skills of our undergraduates. The next focal area is career-related information provision. So as you know, in the last final year of each faculty, so in Eastern University, we have 6 faculties. So each faculties in their final year, the undergraduates have to undergo the internship training. So for them, each faculties they have the industrial or internship coordinators. Uh, we are assisting the internship coordinators for each faculty by providing many informations about the industrialists and their contact details and what are the career opportunities and internship opportunities are available in the specific industry. So through by facilitating the coordinators of the internship, we are providing the services to our undergraduate in order to get the internship opportunities. Apart from that, networking with industry. So we are having some kind of MOUs. We already have processing 2 MOUs. One is with the Ceylon Bank and one is with the Bendix. To have a understanding and agreement of maintaining the internships and other service exchange between university and the industrialists. So apart from that, we call many industries to come here and do their workshops in order to improve our skills and capabilities of our undergraduates. So through the networking with the industry, we are doing many kind of activities. Apart from that, availing work experiences, not only from our alumni, but also from other industrial experts, we are calling and share their stories, success stories and career success stories or related stories with our students in order to give a visual, in order to visualize the real models, those who are in the career success and the top level in the industry. So that is another focal area of the career guidance unit. So as I told you earlier, another focal area is the graduate placement for internship opportunities. We are like a mediators between the industry as well as our undergraduate in order to get the internship opportunities to several industries. Apart from that, another focal area is we facilitate to integrate the career guidance program within the each faculty curriculum. So we are monitoring and we develop the evaluation mechanism, and we monitoring and we evaluating the regular evaluation of the career guidance courses in the curriculum of the each faculty. So that is another focal area. And next focal area is entrepreneurship skill development. So we do try to improve the employability skills of our undergraduate. At the same time, we are giving more focus on how we can be able to develop the entrepreneurial quality of our undergraduate. So for that perspective, we are carrying out several workshops in order to improve their entrepreneurial intention and risk-taking ability of our undergraduate. And finally, the training and development research activities also we are carrying out. We are conducting a regular need assessment survey from our undergraduate as well as our alumni and the industry of what I am doing here. So through the regular assessment, need assessment, training need assessment and career development need assessment of our undergraduate through the research activity, we try to develop the demandful workshops and training programs of our undergraduates. So these are the 10 focal areas currently we are focusing in order to cater the career development need of our undergraduate. So based on the Sri Lankan qualification framework, SLQF, in the University Grant Commission, the graduate profile of it means if we are saying the Sri Lankan graduates, they should have 12 focal categories of learning outcomes, so such as the knowledge, skill, attitudes, and mindset of paradigms. So if you take the knowledge, subject, theoretical knowledge, and practical knowledge, actually, as a career guidance unit, we are not engaging any kind of knowledge development activities. That is the whole responsibility of the faculty, the providing the subject, theoretical and technical knowledge of our undergraduates. But if you consider the skills, attitudes, values, professionalism, vision for life, mindset, those kind of other core areas, as a career guidance unit, we are focusing and organizing many activities uh, in order to cater these needs. So, such as the communication skills, teamwork and leadership skill, creativity, problem solving skill, managerial entrepreneurship skill, adaptability and flexibility. I think you can have an idea. These are the main skills, attitudes, and mindset which, as an industrialist, you are expecting from our graduates. So, so not only based on this 10 focal area, but also we are arranging and designing our training and the career development services based on the Sri Lankan qualification framework also. Like, even though we are providing our services from 2003 onwards, the employability assessment conducted in 2009 by the Strategic Planning Unit of Eastern University, Sri Lanka, the employed graduate of the Eastern University is nearly 38%, and graduate those who are underemployed about 8.5%, and unemployed graduates the rate is 53.61, nearly 54%. So there is a limitation because the nature of the respondents, those who were graduated recently. So the strategic planning unit of Eastern University Sri Lanka gathered information from the graduates, those who came for a convocation. So for within 6 or 7 months, I don't think so. They will get the suitable jobs in the from the industry. Anyhow, this is the actual employability rate of our undergraduate of Eastern University Sri Lanka in 2019. So if you consider this figure, I think there is uh, some issues can be identified because almost 54% of the our graduates are underemployed or unemployed in 2019. So therefore, we thought to, as a career guidance unit, we thought to conduct a skill assessment of our graduates uh, in order to develop a proper mechanism and action plan in order to cater the strategic plan of the Eastern University Sri Lanka to provide the services, career guidance services, and to improve uh, the employability rate of Eastern University Sri Lanka. So in this context, the objectives of today's stakeholder meeting is to identify the industrialist expectation of EUSL graduates, skills and ability, to identify the EUSL graduate strength and weaknesses, and finally to assess the skill gap of the EUSL graduates by comparing their weaknesses with the industrial expectation. So these are the main objectives of our today's stakeholder meeting. So I think we have share the form link, I think, in the chat box. 1 minute. So I think we already share the link in the chat box. So please take 10 minutes and fill individually what is your uh, perception of our undergraduates in terms of their strength, weaknesses, and what kind of uh, as a industrials, what are the expectation you are having on our graduates, and what are the mechanism you are suggesting to improve our career guidance services in order to improve the skills capabilities of our graduates. So please take 10 minutes and fill this form. I think you have completed your individual assessment on our graduates' skills. So now I think we can move to the next section, that is the discussion of our individual assessment. So, yeah, can you could you please explain what is your idea about our graduates' skills? Hello.
Dr. Sudha, can you were not that much audible. What did you ask? I could not hear. Sorry.
Yeah, we will discuss now. So in the 5 questions, I think you have finished that by answering the 5 questions individually. So now we are going to discuss as a common basis. What are the strengths and weaknesses you have identified of our Eastern University graduates?
Okay. So shall I start first then?
Yes, yes, please.
By the way, my name is Tenuka. I'm Manager Talent Acquisition, Sampath Bank. Well, thank you first of all for having this sort of a forum, Dr. Sudha and Mr. Vivekanandan. Because having the inputs of the industry would be very beneficial for the university, and like we all have witnessed, you are having a vision and very clear objective as a career guidance unit. So having this sort of session would be very much helpful for both of us. Well, answering the question that you asked, let me give a general answer first, because to be honest, firsthand, I do not have a very much understanding of university wise, strength and weaknesses analysis, because it is handled by separately. But what I know, when it comes to this university system, first let me start with the strengths. I should also be. I mean, everyone would be agree that our universities produce in terms of knowledge very sound, undergraduates and the graduates, because that I have first-hand experience when it comes to the graduates and also undergraduates, and when it comes to the work, the content. So they are very much knowledgeable, because the core study, the academic studies, I think with that much of influence for them to have that much of knowledge. So that is one thing I should commend. That depends on person to person as well, but generally that is a strength that I see. And also they are coming from the very ground root of the society level, where they know A to Z, and having a lot of social skills than the school leavers and other segment, because they've been through not only a academic tough time, but in the university we all know that we have to go through other activities, other pressure, and other social levels and all these problems. With that, they are matured than the school leavers mostly. So those are the two good things that I see. When it comes to the weaknesses, generally I see. Now I can give a general perspective, but let me specify and tell, because of the time. Generally what I have observed as an interviewer and also a career counselor is that mainly they have the problems in the areas of the mental agility. So let me explain what is that, what we expect from that. Because now it covers a lot of areas, like, for example, now our native language is not English, for sure, most of us at least. So when it comes to the corporates, the language, especially English, is very much important, the communication through English. Now, at one point, we have to realize that reality. Because now we are not born Suddha people who can speak English very well. But at a point, we have to realize that that would be a requirement. So maybe not during the school time, maybe not during the university time, maybe even after that. So I have not seen that agility in generally. There are exceptional cases, I would say, but generally to understand the requirement and the change mentally, not the physical, mentally change. Okay, now at what point we have to realize, okay, we should learn English, for example, right? And one point we have to realize, okay, we are coming to banking industry now. We should know it is very extensively working, and we have to be very patient to get a designation or to go to a higher grade, not like in other industry. So at a point, we should be able to understand that if you really like that field, if you really like, we have to understand and then change according. That I have not seen. So it covers other areas. And then I have not very much seen of a creativity among the, it's not a, don't be offensive. This is an this among from, I mean, not only for the graduate, but generally I have seen, because the reason also we have found that they've been, seasoned or maybe matured in a way that they are not allowed to think. Right? So they are given a structure, a format to study. Examinations are in the same way. I'm not sure now currently, because now I recently visited University of Jawaharlal, and they have come up with a good, a change to their syllabus where the assessment mode from exams being changed to, modern assessments. The PowerPoint, I mean, not just a PowerPoint, I mean, it's a different assessment mode, right? So that has been changed to a certain extent in now in universities. I'm not sure how it is in university. So because of that, the framework, they are very rarely thinking out of the box. So they've been given now. That is happened to us also. I mean, I'm not accusing anyone. Happened to us when we were in the school. Also, we are not allowed to ask questions. We have to follow instructions. That is good to make people disciplined, but at one point we have to realize again, like I said, then that has to be changed. The creativity is that the values, of course, Sri Lankan we all have. So if university system can look at the value aspect, also that is currently happening. For them to maintain the good virtues that they have brought from the school and from their families to continue without being corrupted, because that age of 20 to 25 is very critical for the development of a person. So where they are spending at the university. So any deviation of value would be on the count of the people who are handling those students at that time, right? So that we have a program in Sampath Bank to specially monitor their values, those who are recruited as school leavers, because they are joining with us at the age of 19, and they are going to stay with us 3-4 years, where their development, the mindset changing is very critical. So we have a different program for the school leavers. But the graduates, they are coming at the age of 25. They still, I mean, we have programs, but again, they have passed the agile period of their life. So as a university, you have to look at that as well. So those are the general and very specific things I want to comment on the students in general. Dr. Zoda, anything you have to comment on what I said? What I observation on what I said?
Yes, Penaka, thank you very much, because actually you are correct. So, because as an industrialist, you are expecting not only from the graduates, everybody, those who are newly joining to your institution, as you said, that adaptability skills should be there.
Yes.
So we are coming from different cultural background and different thoughts and everything,
Exactly.
even personal objectives. But when it comes to the organization, uh, indeed we have to change and adapt what the culture exists in the organization. So that is most important. Thank you very much. That is a good point. And second is the innovative ideas. That is also I agree with you, because I also observe our even the undergraduates, especially they are coming only for the lectures. So when even the first two rows are empty, so
Yes.
even if we ask to come from, they are not willing to come, because most they are fear about that they maybe we will ask the questions or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
So that backward in the classroom that can be continue in the industry also
Yes.
in a very negative way. So I think as a career guidance unit, we have to demonstrate uh, some kind of leadership practical activities to enhance the leadership qualities and help them to come forward to do the activities. Definitely, we will have some avenue in our action plan to create
Yes.
some programs. We will consider, not consider even seriously. We will consider this one to incorporate into our action plan. So thank you so much, Tenuka.
Maybe we will not be able to, you and myself, even the university or the bank, to bring the change to entire universe or even to the Sri Lankans. But at least if we can select handful of people and spread the change, like you said, now the front lines are not feeling. That's a sort of indicator. And if you can bring at least 2 or 3 to the front, which we can focus on and develop, so then eventually they will spread that to others as well. So we can start with a small scale. I mean, we don't need to look at the entire graduate pool or the society or the area development. At least let us select a handful of people and try to bring this change.
Yeah, we will do, definitely we will do that one, Renuka. Thank you so much for your idea and your
Thank you,
feedback.
Dr.
Yeah, thank you so much. Any other?
Yeah, Doctor, I am Kohilan, AGM Distribution Union Assurance.
Yeah.
Can I start?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, first of all, thank you all for this opportunity. First, Doctor, when we interview graduates, I can tell generally, not Eastern University, I interviewed most of the graduates, Northern and Eastern area. Strength, they have enough knowledge side, they have strength to start the job. IT knowledge and knowledge side, they have enough strength compared to school leavers where they have enough knowledge and IT knowledge. Other areas we satisfy. Uh, Weakness side, we identified first. Most of the graduates they start the job. Our insurance industry, they start first. First job. This is the first job. First, their mindset, they are ready to adopt this job. First, they have to change that mindset. We identified a gap, leadership gap. Not everyone. I interviewed most of the graduates. They have a leadership gap. Very low confidence level mindset. Very low confidence. Their confidence level is very low. I am comparing in our industry, only our industry. When they join in our job is a challenging job, Doctor. A challenging job, task oriented job. They should have definitely result orientation skill. Therefore, they have a very low confidence level to adapt and start the job. We identified we have confidence level is very low and leadership gap. I identified. The important skill, definitely they should have to join insurance industry or manager level or leadership level. Definitely they should have leadership skill, communication skill, presentation skill, result orientation. Definitely they should have, or they have to they will have to improve themselves. Leadership skill, definitely they should have, and communication skill, presentation skill, result orientation skills. They are these are essential, definitely important to success in our industry. These are from my end, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So as you said that it is, I agree with that. So as Renuka also said that the change in the mindset, that is the adaptability, is most important. So that also you also have you also emphasize that one. And the leadership skill, I think we already have some programs in order to cater some residential 2 days program each faculty we are having at the first year. So I think doing the leadership training only for students for the first year is not enough. So we have to develop some programs. I think each year for one first, second, third, and fourth year continuous leadership development program we need to incorporate, because you also emphasize you have seen the gap in the not only the eastern but also the all undergraduates, all graduates from the university. So we definitely incorporate more and more leadership training program and residential program, especially uh, to help them to come forward and improve the leadership quality of our graduates. And further, the low confidence level. So that also you have emphasized definitely. So why they are going back side of the class, the back seats in the classroom, maybe as you said, the low confidence level of that is relying on among them. So therefore, we will do some mechanism to incorporate some programs to cater these needs also. So thank you so much for your feedback.
Doctor, if you don't mind, I can add other one thing.
Yes.
Most of the graduates told us the social level and family level, they are pushing to government job and like that job. Therefore, other private sector and other sector, most of the vacancies we have, but they don't like their mindset already fixed. Definitely, we need initially mindset change and adaptation and high confidence level. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, that is, I agree with you 100%. Because most of our graduates, they want to have the government job. I think about 95% they are expecting, as you said, that the social factors such as the family. So that is, I think, in Asian countries, we are falling under the not a individualism culture. We are very collectivism people. So every decision, everything we are depending on our parents and relatives and elders. So that may be one of the reason. However, even though if we have the collectivism culture, we should have our own goal. So I have to be like this one day. So like that. So that's why we incorporate one focal area as visualizing the role model, those who are in the success in the career, their career path. So if we visualize that one, definitely they have some idea about how to become as a that executive grade employee or a CEO in the private institute or something. So I think because it is very serious problem in especially in Eastern University, even though they if they get a good job, a good position in the private institution, once the government jobs available, they just apply and they just change the uh, from the private institute to the government job because they always concern about their job security, and as you said that they are depending on their parents and their relatives advisors. So that is their attitude. We have to change that one. Anyhow, we will try our best to change that one. So I also felt when I take over this position as a director, and when I did many assessment, I came to know that even when I interviewed personally for some undergraduate in my faculty, management faculty, the same problem. My mother is telling, what shall I do, madam? I have to go to the government job, like that they are telling. So that is 100% sure. Anyhow, we try to change their attitudes by providing their own, develop their personal goals, especially. I think if we do something about to develop their personal goal and help them to decide their career path, definitely they can have a good future, career future. So thank you so much for your.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doctor.
Any others? Can you suggest your ideas, please?
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm Rangana Chandranayaka from Serendipol Private Limited, Kolyapitia.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And we have been working in food industry. Actually, I have been working in food industry more than 10 years now. Especially, we are making coconut-based products. And during that time, we are in the process of recruiting different kind of fresh graduates during my period as well. So I will share my experiences, but was gained from that things. So especially the fresh undergraduates, especially come out from the universities now. So as earlier two gentlemen said, they are come up with technically and the things they are having the good computer knowledge and other presentation skills and other things. But the weak point we saw, especially and highly talented front-end developers. So it is very difficult to find now. So the most of the them people come to the facilities work very little and they are expecting things that means very high end, and their adaptability is very low. So we are giving different kind of tasks, so they are not willing to take responsibility. So and the attitude. So in food industry, we are basically making the things which is highly compatible with the customer requirements, but they don't understand the requirements. So we cannot produce things according to our desire. So we need to meet the customer requirement, especially we are dealing with Europe and USA and the Japan like countries. So they are food industry standards in very high level. So we had to make everything according to their requirement. And the leadership skills also mentioned by the other two gentlemen. And other than that, our experience is the people who came to the interviews and other people, so they are not try to take the responsibility. So they are like to slip out. That means they are expecting very little task, not the higher task, and they are not try to go the higher level in their job positions. So in our facility also we have several job vacancies pending now more than 5 to 6 months. Still we cannot fill those gaps. So that situation is happening. But we are dealing with different universities, OLAS, Wayamba, and Peradeniyo, and we have those the people who can accept the things they are working, but some means the people who come now they are not taking responsibility. So that is what we are expecting now from IM. So other things earlier two gentlemen explained.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rangana. Yes, the people, not only the newcomers, but also those who are working, they are doing very little maybe and expecting too much from from the organization. So they want everything from organization, but the contribution when we compare the relative comparison of their contribution is very much low. So that's why as I told you earlier, they want to go for a government job because they are not take the, as you said, that risk taking ability is very limited, and not taking the responsibilities, another one. So I think these are the
Where
reasons.
is the speaker in there?
Yeah, if they have this kind of attitude, this is like a attitude as well as the personality problem of our graduates. Because once they graduated, they are thinking that they need some jobs like day-to-day routine basis, right? So in a routine basis, they want to work. They don't want to accept any challengeable task. So that is very problematic for the industrialist like you. So anyhow, we will try we will add some more uh, mechanism in our action plan in order to cater what is the need which you have expected from our graduates. Thank you, Rangana, for
Okay,
your
thank
feedback.
you. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I think from Brandix, yeah.
Yeah, good morning, doctor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. My name is Shah Hamid, and I head the HR at Brandix Essentials Batikalo. I will just talk upon the negative points first, and then come up with the with the positive points, and then I'll come up with the negative points. My tenure here has been close to 5 years at Brandix Essentials Batikalo, and I have been closely working with Eastern University as well as Jaffna and the Southeastern University. So I got a bit of exposure with most of the graduates who come here. And one of the advantage or what are the positive points that I see is they are most of them are connected and their networking is very high. Why I say this is because with the flow of information, with the social media, the job opportunities, and they are all connected. So they come with basically they come with a good networking of how well that they have to cope up with the industry and what are their opportunities. Whereas previously it was all limited. And one of the second points that I see in their positive, what I see positive with these new graduates is that they tend, if they are not happy, not to stay in one place but to move along. I mean, I think it's because of the generation, you call it Z generation and so on. So with that, you see so much of people trying to not work in one place but to see opportunities and move forward. So by doing this also, there is a disadvantage. So my other point is like the negatives which I see is sometimes when I interview these graduates, the first thing that they ask is how valuable is my degree, or how valuable am I as of now. So they think that because they do a degree and come, there is a market for them in the private sector. In the private sector, yes, there is a market. We have a market for them, but it is not the price what they expect. They come with a mind frame. I am worth 50,000 rupees after my degree, which is basically I don't think is the right attitude. So if you say no, we are our starting salary, because I think all the companies here, there are all the companies here are reputed companies which are here, and all of you have a pay scale, a minimum and a maximum pay scale. So it's all put into those buckets, and only that's how we progress. So I think one of the things that they should understand is these the graduates who are passing out now, that it is not only their education background, but it's also their experience that matters. So the most important thing is that they should understand that every company here is not because you have come out from being a graduate and come out from a university is not going to offer you a job. The view, as doctor had said previously showed in your slides, the decline rate of is 55%. So why is this? Because there is competition. This competition, we also will try to choose or select the best of it to into our companies. The second point that I want to identify is adaptability to changing situations. It's very difficult to find graduates who are coming recently, who are passing out and coming recently, adapting to various challenging situations. Because I think one of the main points in even in our careers would have been that we are ready to take up a challenge. For example, if you take the situation here in Batiklo for the last 5 years, from protests to so many things, from COVID situations to whatever it is, these situations demand the best out of everybody. Because last 2 years with the COVID situation, running a plant with 5,000 people is like a nightmare for me. So I had so many challenges, but how are the people going to take, the newcomers who come out, how are they going to take up these challenges? The second thing is, the third thing is, experience is also an important thing in their life as they grow. We should make them understand that it's not only the education qualification that matters, it is the experience. Because with this experience and this qualification both merge together, only that they will progress along and they will become, because the corporate sector demands the best. They will put up the ladder. As the ladder goes up, I mean the apex goes up, on the top it's little, in the bottom it's there'll be so many executives, so many senior executives. But when it comes to assistant manager, the opportunity is less, then the manager is less, senior manager, it becomes smaller and smaller. Then the final point which I want to bring is, one of the main things that I had previously told also is, I told it was a positive also, but when they feel that they are not comfortable in their area, that they start going, they seek other opportunities, go to other companies. But when you start hopping from one company and working for 1 year, going from another company to another year, even within 10 years, you would have worked in 10 companies. After that, by the age of 35, your working period or your time in working in your say you have selected as the HRM, you would have worked in all the companies in Sri Lanka as a HRM, and by 10 years you would have finished your career, which is not we are expecting. They are expecting you to stay in a place, learn from it, and progress as you progress along. So then, like one of the gentlemen who spoke out previously told about the government sector. Yes, here in these areas, one of the things that I see, doctor, is the home front pressure, where the parents, I think, would have been mainly teachers or who have been government servants who enjoy their pension, right? So this is one of the reasons, I think, why the graduates also feel that if I work up to 55, after 55, I automatically get a pension and that's my life. That's it. I'm done. But as far as we know now, the government has also reduced giving government jobs. The private sector is the best opportunity. So I think the home fronts also must be educated when they come for these meetings or something like in campuses, that it's very important that they seek opportunities in the private sector and give them that backing and that blessing as well. So all in all, this is what I had to say, Doctor. I hope my points have been clear. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you very much for your valuable suggestion. As you said that value of degree, understanding the value of degree is most important. So as you said that they are thinking that education is only enough to have a job. So actually, if they finish the undergraduate level and graduated and finding a new job there, then they only have the capability. But while having, as you said, experience in that job in several years, may most probably they will become an expert and get the core competence of that specific area of the job. So I think they are not realizing that one. That is the most important point you mentioned here. So that is 100% true. True, I think. And the adaptability to change the challengeable situation. So that should be the problem in the personalities, definitely, because other industrial experts also they have mentioned right now. So we will definitely incorporate some kind of mechanism and programs in order to uh, cater this expectation, industrial expectation as much as possible. And the the switching, if they feel like they are incapable for the particular job, as you said, they try to switch from one job to another, one company to another company. So that is a very critical problem currently all industrialists they are facing, because 2 weeks back we also have a virtual, not a virtual, physical discussion of industrialists, the government as well as the private institutions in physical discussion. This point is arising that stakeholder meeting also. So if I feel that I am this particular job is not fit to me, I just leave from the organization and joining another organization. But I don't think that how I can improve by developing myself and by learning the particular job in the specific company. So I'm not doing that one. So that is a very problematic area in the undergraduates level. So thank you so much for your valuable comments. Indeed, we will consider and prepare, come up with a mechanism in order to cater your expectation. Thank you so much. Any other comments from other industrialists?
Hello, doctor.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So, good morning, everybody. I'm Binuri from Arimax Lanka Private Limited, and we are moving to information technology. And again, we specifically didn't have like comments on your specific university, ma'am, but I'm speaking general. So there are a lot of things like points that was pointed out by other speakers as well, which are also common in our industry and our company as well. So I just want to add some points to that. So the main thing that we are also concerned about when it comes to undergraduates is about their attitude, as was spoken by a lot of speakers as well. So there should be, I know it's a bit difficult for the university to, in terms of improving interpersonal skills and attitudes of their students. But yes, so most of times what happens is like these undergraduates have some sort of like different attitude when it comes to terms of employment. So maybe they were miscommunicated, or they did not have proper understanding about company and how organizations work and how a hierarchy of organization is functioning, those types of like basic organizational processes. So if they have a bit of knowledge or a bit of understanding about these organizational structures or how organization usually works, so I think that will be a bit better for them, and it will be a helping point where it will improve them and it will help them to move forward and upwards in the organization as well. Because ma'am, we have a lot of internship opportunities, but there are like 10 or 15% who are coming into the organizations, into the permanent cadre from all these interns, not because they have lack of knowledge about the industry or the technology that they are studying or working on, just because of the other stuff like maybe attitude problems, maybe lack of interpersonal skills, maybe lack of communication skills, those sorts of problems. Those not just their knowledge. In terms of knowledge, they are highly knowledgeable, they are enthusiastic, and they are goal oriented. So those types of aspects are good and up to the expected level. But what matters the most when it comes to an organization is work ethics. Like you don't have to know about all work ethics, but if you have a good attitude and if you have good interpersonal skills and good communication skills, you can catch up. Definitely you can catch up. So if your attitude is possible and positive, so you can catch up with everything. So it's a huge change for an intern to move into organization. I know it's a very challenging situation, and especially because of these challenging times in the country, it's very difficult to find an internship and also a job, like a permanent job. So the opportunities that they have are very rare, but if they have these types of soft skills in their life, it will help them a lot to find a good and a suitable opportunity to move forward. And also, I would like to add the one last topic, the one last point that I have is the life goals and career goals these interns have. So it's like I'm in interview panels most of the times when it comes to taking interns. So what we have noticed a lot is that they lack these understanding about their career goals and life goals. And though they have some sort of a plan into their life and career, they are not actually realistic. So they are living in some sort of a fantasy, or they are living in some sort of a goal or a time frame that they have created, which is not realistic. So I think it would be better if the university also would provide them guidance in terms of creating this life goal and career goal, because the university and these lecturers and all these specialists, especially the career guidance units, have a lot of understanding and a lot of knowledge about how actual real life work situations are happening in the country. So I think it's important if you give some glimpse to these students, not scare them, but just to give some glimpse to the students about how real life career and life goals and work life is happening in Sri Lanka or abroad, so they have some sense of understanding about how to create their life goal, which will be realistic, so it will help them a lot. So yeah, that are my points, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for inviting us today.
Thank you so much for your valuable comments. So as you said, that is it is very the last point, I think very most important point and most important suggestion for us to create the students' career goal and life goal. So I think we can do that one, even though we are not, as you said, we as a career guidance unit, we only focus up to now how we can develop their career goal only, but we are not giving any kind of or facilitation or any kind of counseling on their life goal. Anyhow, we have in our unit also we have two career guidance advisors, professional advisors are available. I think I will chat with them and we can find a mechanism to determine our graduates' career goal and life goal in their life. So, thank you so much for your valuable comments. Any other suggestion from other industrial experts?
Hi, ma'am. Good morning to you. I'm Aniston from Virtusa team, HR team. So thank you so much for the opportunity. So shall I go ahead?
Yes, please.
All right. So we have seen the students as the person, the ma'am who just spoke to me just before me. We have seen the students that the most common things like there are students who are like really top talent and batch tops and everything. When it comes to attitude and the business communication, whether it's going to be a checkpoint that we cannot proceed further with the resource. We're becoming a permanent and also forth. So what we can do, I mean, basically what we do at Virtusa is like we collaborate with the universities and we attend to those classes, maybe a guest lecture or something like that. We attend it free of charge anyway. We attend to that and we give them the students what is exactly what we are expecting from a graduate or maybe undergraduate. Whoever is going for internship or whoever going for a a permanent job role, we come to them, we give them a exposure what exactly how the corporate going to be working across. because these people will be studying everything and like a theoretical, they will be really excellent. But when it comes to applying to a, let's say, a basic concept or maybe a WP concept or whatsoever the concept, when they're applying to the interview panel's questions and when they're applying whatever that they have studied, it's that they're lacking. So what exactly the companies are looking out right now, it's how you apply that particular concept in the practical note. So which is that part, and the business communication and the attitude part is a little bit of lacking in the current generation, I would say, because they actually be like, they just want to pass out the exam, they just want to do the assignment and just get the degree done, because that doesn't take them to a longer process. Because when it comes to a corporate, they need to change, adapt to whatever the trend is all about, right? So I just would like to say, like, if the career guidance unit be more collaborate, the link the university, sorry, the student with the corporate, which will engage the students to get more exposure what the corporate expectations are. Because like we can't expect the students, hey guys, like, you need to do this, you need to do that, one day you can't say it and go away, because it's the constant process that we need to give the students, whether they will be also feel, okay, I'm a part of this corporate, all right, I'm a part of this particular program, so okay, these are the things that the corporate expecting us, okay, this is what we have studied, okay, this is what we have to apply into also. Because the applying part is where a lot of people lacking, and also business communication. So when they engage with people, and the people whom we provide is always the tech leads and the senior people, so they will understand, okay, what type of communication should I want to have, what type of communication should I not to have with these tech leads. So that will give them like heads up, and that will give them like exposure, like a glimpse of it, how they're gonna perform in the placement time, during the placement time. So I would definitely suggest like the career guidance unit to be like a little bit more collaborative to the students and the corporate, which will give them the students the exposure of what they're gonna focus on to. And also like it's great to like here, because like the career guidance unit is taking a really great initiative to listen from the corporate what they're expecting. So it is really like a head start over there. So if we can drill down over there, ma'am, that's the small like idea or maybe a suggestion that I want to give it to the team, because that is what we are seeing. A lot of people are getting rejected during the interviews time, where they're finding very difficult to apply whatever they've studied into the corporate. Yeah, so that's pretty much from my end, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for your valuable comment. So as you said, that is a good point, that collaboration have to develop with the industry and university, some exchange program or some, as you said, the guest lectures from the industry people is more give more value to their career path. So I think in university, actually, you are correct. We only giving the theoretical and some kind of technical knowledge to the our students, but in the practical aspects, we don't have such kind of. We do incorporate some practical aspects in the curriculum. If you take other faculties like medical faculty, science faculty, agriculture faculty, they have the technical practical things. But if you take management faculty, especially the arts faculty, they don't have any practical things. So what they learn, they don't know how to apply into their job. So as a management faculty staff, academic staff, I yeah, I can say that in my own faculty, we are having some kind of practical aspects by giving the mini projects, marketing survey, and some kind of training plan development, such kind of uh, assignments. We try to cover the practical aspects anyhow. As industrial exposure, we don't have we are not giving the 100% practical exposure to our students. So that's why the main purpose of the last year internship training, we incorporate in our curriculum to give the practical aspects, that is what they learn as a technical, they try to apply in the practical world. So So I think your suggestion is most valuable to us. So we already have some agreements with some banks and some other institutions to send our internship, our undergraduate for the internship placement to get the practical opportunity. But they don't know, actually the students, they don't know what are the expectation of the industry. So they are going like a very blank mind. And yeah, you are correct. So anyhow, we will definitely incorporate some kind of guest lectures and visualizing the role models of from the industrial experts in our action plan. Definitely that will give some avenue for the our undergraduates to get some idea about how they want to work in the organization, what are the procedures and what are the different cultures in the organization, and finally what are the expectation of the industry. So those kind of aspects we can provide by incorporating some mechanism in our action plan. So thank you very much for your valuable comments.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.